Welcome to the Smart Science measurement video about the specific heat lab. In this lab, we're looking at how heat and temperature are related. So if we add a specific amount of heat to a substance, what happens to the temperature? And as we continually add increments of heat, we're going to track the temperature and if it goes up, down, or stays the same. So the first thing I want you to look at the top of the screen here, there's a little bit of the equipment in the lab, a calorimeter, a thermometer, there's some different liquids that we're going to use. And the image that you're actually going to measure from is the top of the thermometer. We're using a dial thermometer that shows you temperature as the little pointer goes around that dial. It's a little different than the typical alcohol thermometers or the ones with the red liquid in them where you kind of look up and down. This one is even a bit more precise and easier to read from in terms of getting those readings of temperature as the lab goes on. So notice the guideline here. It shows that dial and it kind of points to what you're looking for. We're actually going to type in the temperature reading from the dial into a box. That's how we're going to measure. So you'll have to type in the number you read from the dial. How are heat and temperature related? Well, that's the question of the lab. And so you're going to start by picking a hypothesis you'd like to test, or in a more advanced class, you may be writing one. Let's just go ahead and click one and see what that looks like. Now we've got 6 different liquids that we can try, and each one we give you how much mass of the liquid is, because you can actually calculate out the specific heat of the liquid in the lab report using that mass. So that's really useful. Let's try water. So you're going to press play and watch the video. There's some water going into the calorimeter. It's a well insulated metal container. We're going to put the heating coil in there, and then we're going to put the thermometer in there and see how the temperature changes. Okay, once you've seen that, now watch what I do here. I'm going to go ahead and type in that reading. Now, looks like to me that's about 21.5 degrees. Press next. Notice that went in right here into my data table and onto my graph, and that's the heat added, step 1. Here's the second step. That looks like 25.0 to me, 25 even. Okay, this one's about 30 even. If you can do a better job adding another digit of precision than I can, that would be amazing. You can see just generally what's going to happen as I enter in these points. That looks like, maybe 35.2. Okay, and so forth. Once you've gotten all the points in for a given liquid, press save. That's going to put it up in your list here. You can see that each graph is going to get a different color, so you can compare them easily. And once you have all your graphs, press the all button to compare those graphs and see if every liquid acts the same or maybe some act differently. Figure out how heat and temperature are related in this Smart Science lab about specific heat.